Scarlet, Blue, and You podcast. I'm Lauren Yaus, your Scarlet, Blue, and You host, and the Hannibal LaGrange Alumni Director. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's just start this over. I don't know why. I think I got in my head a little bit. All right.
I'm so glad I'm not the...
I was like, okay, 3 errors in 3 sentences.
Hey, it's a play that goes wrong.
Yes,
Can we just
we're starting over.
this?
Do you want to do 3, 2, 1 again?
Do you need me to?
No.
Okay.
You don't have anything else today, do you?
I need to do my facial exercises.
Okay. Welcome to the Scarlet, Blue, and You podcast. I'm Lauren Yaus, your Scarlet, Blue, and You host and the HLGU Alumni Director. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm coming to you from the Burt Studio on the always beautiful HLGU campus. Each semester, the HLGU Theater Department presents a main stage production that is always excellent. And this spring, they are presenting The Play That Goes Wrong. And I'm so excited to have Sabrina Brookshire, the Division of Fine Arts Chair and Assistant Professor of Theater, also the director of the play, to tell us about this production. So welcome, Sabrina.
Thank you so much for having me today.
Always a pleasure. You guys work so hard on these, and we really just want to pack the house this spring.
We absolutely
for the
do.
Play That Goes Wrong, which
Yes.
sounds a little scary.
It is a little scary, to be honest with you.
And it's somewhat well known, right?
It is. So, The Play That Goes Wrong, it is well known, especially in the theater world. And then I've talked to people even in our community that have either heard of it or even been to see it because they have had a touring production. It's been going on in major cities.
Excellent.
And we've actually got to go up to Chicago last year and see it. And so it's the in thing right now.
Excellent.
Yeah. Last year sometime, I was thinking forward, and I'm always trying to read and think about what could we do next. And someone said, what would you want to do next if you really just, could have your pick of anything? And in my mind, I was like, well, The Play That Goes Wrong, but there's no way.
No way we're going to get to do that.
Yeah, I was thinking there's no way the rights are up for grabs because a lot of really popular pieces, the publishing companies reserve the rights for professional companies only. And so a lot of times you can't even apply for rights. And so they were like, we'll see. And so I jumped on, did some research, and found out who the publisher was and looked, and it was available. And I was like, what? This is
Book
crazy. It. And so, so we decided to go for it. And it was one of those, we're excited but nervous because it is such a big undertaking. And but I believe in, aiming high and trying for things that may even seem impossible. And so it's stretched us.
It is aiming high, Sabrina.
Yeah, I don't know. I maybe I went too far, but that's what theater people do. But anyways, it's not impossible for sure, but there's a lot of aspects that we're like, okay, can we do this? And so, and it's coming together.
Excellent.
We've been in rehearsal now since mid-January, and so we're, I guess, about a little over halfway through the rehearsal process, and the rehearsals have been so much fun. Man, we laugh so much in rehearsal.
Because it's a comedy,
Yeah,
right?
it's
And a
comedy.
mystery.
It is both, yeah. And so I'm like, man, I hope other people find as much enjoyment as we're finding in the ride of doing the rehearsals and practicing.
Oh,
So,
excellent. Okay, so it's 3 nights in April.
Yep, April 13th, 14th, and 15th.
So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 7 o'clock each night.
Yep.
And so tell us about the play.
Yeah, so it's an interesting story. It's actually a play within a play.
Excellent.
And so the play that goes wrong is about a group of actors that are with the Cornell Polytechnic Drama Society. And they are putting on this play, The Murder of Hamersham Manor. And so some of our actors are playing an actor that's playing a character, and so they actually...
It's a little tricky, isn't it?
And so it's a story within a story. So they're trying to be genuine to the story of the murder mystery, a whodunit, and it's set in the 1920s.
Fun.
And then their characters are from the present day. Their actor characters from the present day. So this drama society is in the now, trying to put on this 1920s whodunit mystery. And along this journey, a lot goes wrong. Like, it's really constant from beginning to end. This show, like we said, it's a pretty recent show and is popular now. It actually started, I believe it premiered in London It premiered in London in 2012.
Okay.
So it is pretty
Yeah.
recent. And then it came to Broadway, I believe, in 2017. And then from there, it's really grown. And I haven't done enough research to know per se if COVID kind of pushed this to happen, but they took it from the stage and now they have a show that you can stream called The Show That Goes Wrong.
Oh,
and
that's fun.
They're pretty fun. I would highly encourage you to seek them out. They're really hilarious. They have, they do Peter Pan That Goes Wrong. A Christmas Carol That Goes Wrong is one of my favorites. And these same characters, the actors,
the same society,
the same drama society puts on all these. And so you kind of get to know
so you
their
really
characters.
get to know, you're like, oh, this guy's going to trip. Or,
They each have their own kind of unique characteristics about them. And so you kind of learn them. And those are carried over from show to show.
that just sounds fun.
Yeah. So it's a fun show. It's definitely the play That Goes Wrong itself is a technical feat.
Oh, yes.
Because of all the things that have to go wrong for the show to go right is very interesting. And so that was when I go back and say, oh, wow, when we decided to just play, can we do this? There are so many technical aspects. Can we make them happen on our stage? Do we have, the financial capability of doing that? What is it going to take to make that effect happen? That's kind of where our thoughts were. And I'm always, like, oh, there's a way. There's a way.
We'll figure it out.
When we go back to when we did Singing in the Rain, the musical,
right?
I was like, I'm not going to do this unless we can actually make it rain on stage.
Yeah, and you did.
We did.
And you've made kites fly.
We have.
Where there's no wind.
Yeah.
And ghosts rise out of bed.
We have.
You've done some great stuff.
I love having awe moments. I love having those moments that are just, wow, how did that happen? And you kind of, you don't want your audience to completely know, because that's part of the fun is that mystery. And so there's definitely things that happen like that in this show. Another reason I love this show is, we were just talking to like the kite coming into the audience. I love audience immersion. Like I love being able to break the fourth wall, as we call it, between the audience and the stage, and being able to make it more, they're participating more. And this show definitely does that. There are multiple moments where that fourth wall is broken, and in fact, it's even brought into the audience some as well. And so there's some
exciting.
Yeah, there's some unique things in that manner. But yeah, so technically speaking, we've really done a lot of research and just on our own tried to do a lot of 3D modeling to try and figure out how can we make this happen. We had to build something that we really, safety is our first priority. And to keep our actors safe with some of these technical things that have to happen, we wanted to make something out of steel. And so we've actually partnered and brought in the Votech Center over at Hannibal High School is helping to weld some of these pieces and make this happen for us.
Great.
And so the Lord has really provided so many resources for us to be able to make this happen. And so yeah. So we encourage you to come. We have a couple of themes that we have for the show, and one of them is we're doing like a hashtag Pack the House.
Pack the house. I like it.
We are aiming for Friday night. We want to sell out. And
okay.
We have, I would say, decent high attendance to our musicals, and people love musicals. They are kind of that whole package. There's more moving parts, and so it's easier to stay focused on a musical. You have a lot of transitions. There's singing, there's dancing typically. There's just a lot of visual elements that keep people engaged. And, we've really seen a decline. I say we, as in culture as a whole, not just here at HLG, but in play attendance. And just have always had a heart to encourage people to broaden, lengthen their attention span and attend a play.
Yeah.
And so one of my personal...
Especially a comedy.
Yeah.
They're a little easier than the drama.
Yes. If it's a great place to start. If you haven't been to a play in a long time, or maybe you've never been to a play, this is the place to start. It is a comedy. I think it will please all ages. I think it will hold the attention of all ages. And so my promotion is go see a play.
Yes,
see a play.
I like it.
And what better place to start
than
come see the play that goes wrong.
beautiful Parker Theater, where there's not a bad seat in the house.
Yeah, there's really not. I love our theater.
It's great.
We have great sight
We're very
lines,
blessed.
and yeah, there really is not a bad seat. And so, and it's, not so big. You can still see all the facial expressions and really connect in that way. And so, yeah, so it does run Thursday, Friday, Saturday, but we are encouraging people, come to Friday, pack the house. Let's see if we can sell out one of our plays. And we're also doing a unique thing that is a first time here that we're doing that. This is something that theaters often do, and I really wanted to bring it in and start incorporating it into our shows. But on Friday night, we're going to have what we call a theater talk back. And so after the show is over, we're inviting our audience to stay. And if you come on a Thursday or Saturday and you just want to come for the end and watch or attend the talk back, then you can totally come into the talk back. You don't have to attend Friday night to participate. And we're going to pull all of our actors onto stage. I'll be there, and our Jordan, who runs our scene shop, he'll be there. And we're going to ask questions. We're going to have someone who will stand up and just ask questions, but then also accept questions from the audience. And so if you want to ask any of us a question, there's your time, but it's a time to learn about the process, the rehearsal process. Maybe ask the actors, about how did they get into character, their ride in the show, or what's something that they really enjoyed. We can talk about some of the technical aspects of the show. I think it'll be a really unique time.
That is really cool.
Kind of
good deal.
Backstage pass in a way, and then also hopefully a little educational at the same time. And so Friday night, April 14th, come to our talk back, and right after the show's over.
Love it. And that's included with your admission.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
not
absolutely.
an extra ticket, which is always nice. So speaking of tickets, we can get them now, right?
Yes. Yeah, tickets went on sale February 15th, and we are already encouraged by the ticket sales that we've had so far. And there's a couple ways you can get tickets. You can always call our box office at 573-629-3182. And a lot of times you'll have to leave a message, but we are active in checking those and calling back. And then we do encourage people a little bit of a quicker way to get your tickets. And one of the neat things about our theater is that you get to pick your exact seat.
Which is so nice.
It is.
So if you want an aisle, you can be on the aisle. If you want to be right in the middle,
absolutely,
you just pick those seats.
It's guaranteed. There's no worries about when you're coming, am I going to get my seat or not? Yeah. So you can reserve that. And so you can go on to our website and be linked to our ticket sales. And so you can actually purchase your ticket
and we'll
online.
include that link with the podcast so you can find it easily.
Yeah. We feel really blessed to be able to do the online sales because we think it makes it convenient for our audience members.
And then it's really nice, too, because you have special rates for groups and seniors.
We do. So our ticket pricing is tiered according to where you sit in our theater. We have three prices, $12, $14, and $16. That is our normal general admission. And then if you're a group of 10 or more, or if you're a senior 60 or over, we take $2 off of your ticket. And so wherever you'd be seated, it would either be $10, $12, or $14.
Lovely. And you can do all that through the website.
You can. Yes,
Great.
Absolutely. Yeah. And we're encouraging, I think it would be a great couples event, or if your church Sunday school class
or ladies night,
your life group or ladies night want to come in and join and have someone call in and
maybe
just tell
you
us
have
a
drama society and you want to bring all your friends.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and the high school drama teachers out there,
that'd be great.
Your youth group, bring your group. We would love to have groups.
Because it's a family friendly
It
play.
is family friendly, absolutely.
It's nothing to be embarrassed about.
No. There's a lot of funny things, but no, it is clean and it is definitely family friendly. And I do think it would hold even a younger audience member's attention. So,
Great.
I'd love for them to come.
All right. Well, I think you had some other stuff. Exciting things with the theater.
We do. Thank you for the reminder. I did want to talk about our volunteer program
which is new.
It is. So we have been blessed, and we have some community members that have been helping us for years with different aspects. But we wanted to make it a more formal platform in the sense of getting the word out, making sure that people know that this is something that could be open to them as well. So we have actually created a private volunteer Facebook page, and if anybody wants to join that, they can reach out to me. And it is just to funnel our needs. And so if someone has a heart to help out in the theater, and I've had people come up to me and say, well, I'd love to help, but I just don't have that skill or that skill. Well, first of all, no experience required. We look at it as a chance for us to educate
Nice.
as well. And so we're all about developing skills, and we think that that's something that can be done at 20 or 60 or however old. And so don't feel that you have to have a prior experience. If you do and have a heart to use that experience in a certain area, then that's great. But again, we want you to get plugged in, and if you have that heart to do that, then we will find a way. So we have a couple different areas that I want to talk about that are open to our public. And one of those is what we call front of house. And so if someone would enjoy working with the public, or if they love organizational things, just being organized. And so we have our box office that would be available for if you want to come in and help us have box office hours and set and run our box office. Like maybe you come in once a week and sit there for 2 hours and return calls. Another option would be to work one of the nights of the show, working the ticket booth. And as people come in for will call or to purchase tickets, or usher. And we have people that can stand in the aisles and or up in the front of the lobby and direct people to their seats. Hand out playbills is another great way to get involved. We also have backstage stuff. And so we have our scene shop. If you enjoy carpentry or painting.
As I, anyone who's watching this podcast, you are in your painting
I
clothes.
am.
You have been doing a little bit of that.
Yes. I told Lauren, I said, do you mind if I come in all scrubby? There's a lot of shows on my
your pants.
Yeah, my pants right now.
Represented.
This color is from this show. Yeah. It's spring break for us right now. And so we're in today and Tuesday and Wednesday specifically working a lot on the set, trying to get as much done as we can. The set in the show is really, I call it its own character. When the show starts, the set actually, I feel, comes to life.
Oh boy.
And not just to look at, but there are things that happen that it really does come to life. And so it's such a necessary component to the show that, sometimes there are things you can, continue to work on, and you might be finishing up the last week.
Sure.
But this one we have to get done because
so they can
play such an important role in the show. And so, we're really at that point where that character,
you need it for rehearsal.
Needs to be refined. Yeah. So we're working heavily today, Tuesday and Wednesday. So that's why I'm in my scrub clothes, my paint clothes. But yeah, so helping in our scene shop. And you don't have to be an expert. Again, we would love to teach you and show you or if you do have great skills in those areas, that's great too. From painting a solid color to we do have some detail stencil work that we need to do. And of course it varies from show to show, and this show's not the only show. We want to make sure that people know this is something that we always have a need for. And then the costume shop is another area. Helping pull costumes from our inventory. Sometimes even, again, you don't have to know how to run a sewing machine to do the things that we need to do. Even the week of the show, normally I'm here doing laundry multiple times and washing clothes. And so even, helping with laundry or steaming clothes or things. There's so many things that go on backstage that I don't know if people realize,
No, I'm sure they don't. I wouldn't have thought about
laundry.
Let
me tell you, actors get stinky.
I get that.
Those theater lights
Bright
are
lights.
hot.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so making sure that, we keep them fresh and pressed and things are important. And then maybe you do enjoy sewing or hand stitching. We have alterations that we have to do. We normally make at least a couple of costumes for each show. And so those are things that you could get involved in. And so we would love to strengthen our volunteer program. And we also want to make sure our volunteers know that first of all, we appreciate it. It's such a blessing. Not only that, our students love our volunteers. They love getting to know them. I feel like it turns into some mentorship there as well, with them getting to know our community members and having them get involved in that way. But we also want to say thank you. And so we are starting a volunteer points system to where our volunteers will, through their hours, rack up points, and those points can be used and redeemed for show tickets.
Oh, very cool.
And so we'll keep track, and then people can turn around and use them and hopefully come and see our shows.
Exactly, that they worked hard on.
Yes. There's something so great about setting back and, an example that I like to give is my theater appreciation class, where I have students take that class a lot because it's a gen ed and they need it for, their gen ed requirements. And I always give them, extra credit for being involved in the production somehow. And because I think theater can't just be learned by sitting in a class and listening to me talk. And they will come and maybe they paint a flat or they help out in some way. And it's fun to hear them later. They were like, I did that. Like
yeah,
they
that's
get
my
to
flat.
Yeah, that's my flat. And it's just this ownership that they get.
Uh-huh.
It's rewarding, I think, for them to see that something I'm doing is coming into use and coming to life on the stage. And so I think that's so great. So I found that with some of our community members too. It's really fun that they get to have ownership.
Have ownership.
Yeah.
Excellent.
For sure. So come be involved. And like I said, reach out to me if you're not already part of that volunteer group and want to be. I'll get you connected. We thought the Facebook page would be a nice way to just keep general announcements.
Yeah. Do you happen to know the name of the Facebook
that we
page?
have? It's, I think it's HLGU Theater Arts Volunteers.
Okay.
Yes.
We can also throw that up.
Yeah,
with the podcast,
that would be great.
so it's
That would
easy
be
to
great.
join.
Way to stay connected. Like I said, we have a lot of different ways.
Great.
So that would be good. And
All
come see the
right.
show.
Yes,
So-
April 13th, 14th, 15th.
Yeah.
At 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock. Yes.
Tickets are on sale now.
Tickets are on sale now.
on the website. Call the box office.
Yep. House opens at 6:30 every night.
But since you have a
and-
reserved seat, if
yeah.
you buy ahead,
Yep.
you
can
don't even
come-
have to come all that
you don't
early.
have to come all that early. Come anytime and get comfortable.
Yeah, and remember Friday night,
and-
stick around for the, what did you call it?
the talk back.
Talk back.
Friday night talk back. Yeah. Yep. So since this is a play within a play, and I feel like I've spoke to the play that goes wrong,
Mm-hmm.
and like I said, there's things that happen all throughout the production, but I'm not getting too detailed because we don't want to give anything
That's
away.
right, no spoilers.
No spoilers. We cannot. We want to tease and not spoil.
That's right.
But I also would love to have some people talk to the murder of Hamersham Manor and maybe give you a taste of those characters and those actors within the characters of the play that goes wrong.
So
And so
don't go
if-
anywhere.
Yeah, if we could, I would love to have some special guests.
I would love more special guests.
come in and talk about the murder of Hamersham Manor instead of just the
Perfect.
play that goes wrong.
Excellent.
So that'd be great.
Hannibal LaGrange University Theater Department presents the hilarious comedy, The Play That Goes Wrong, April 13th, 14th, and 15th at 7 o'clock each evening in the HLGU Parker Theater and the Roland Fine Arts Center on campus. Purchase tickets online at hlg.tix.com or call the box office at 573-629-3182. There are discounts for seniors and groups of 10 or more. Come laugh with us. It's going to be a great time. And we're back with play director Sabrina Brookshire, who has some special guests.
Yes, I am so excited today to have a couple of our Cornely Drama Society actors with us. And today we have Dennis Tide and Max Bennett. You guys want to say hi to all the people out there?
Hello, I'm sorry, did you want to go, Dennis? It's fine.
Hi, Mom.
Welcome, Dennis and Max. I'm so glad to have you on the podcast.
Oh, it is good to be here. Lauren, thank you.
All right, so how did you guys get into theater?
Well, I tried to sign on to many different clubs, and this was the only one that accepted me. So I thought, okay, I was kind of bored in my mom's basement, so I wanted to do something.
I've always admired actors. I thought that they were very cool and that it would be very fun to do. And so I went to a few improv nights and events like that. But this is actually my first production. I'm very pleased to be a part of it.
Well,
Yes.
congratulations.
Oh well, thank
That's
you,
very
thank you.
exciting.
It's long overdue. But
So
it-
you've been on the stage for a while?
well, no, this is my first production.
Long overdue. So
long
you've been working towards this
Yes,
goal.
yes. I've wanted to be a part for a
Okay.
long time, but I've had not really had very many opportunities. But fortunately, the Cornley drama group decided to give me a chance on this one. My family was able to help out with the set a little bit,
Excellent.
which means that we've had a little bit of a bigger budget than I understand has been in the past. And after that, they said, "Hey, would you like to be a part of the show?" And I, of course, said yes. I actually, I'm not sure if Chris being our director, quite got the question out before I said yes.
Oh, okay.
Which
You were very excited
which
to
he
say yes.
finished after I said yes, asking me the question, and then I eventually figured out wanted me to then answer him yes again.
So
Two yeses.
There were two. We decided that I would direct the play that goes wrong.
Oh,
but
lovely.
Then we have another director, Chris, who has stepped in to direct the murder at Hamersham Manor.
Oh, okay.
And so that's what Max is speaking of. And Chris is also
Perfect.
in the show
Yeah,
as well.
he
And,
plays the inspector.
yeah, we have,
Great.
you know, and the Drama Society in the past has tried to put on some shows, but with the restraints and the budget and cast members and such things, has struggled a little bit. And so they've kind of had to adapt some of their past shows the Drama Society has. And so they put on Cat.
Instead of multiple cats?
Yeah. And, oh, hold on. That's embarrassing.
Oh, no.
Hold on.
That usually doesn't happen on the podcast.
I'm so sorry.
I usually ask you to silence that. I'm
I
sorry.
thought that was silenced. Why didn't you remind me?
I should have.
I'm just gonna stop that and there. I'm just gonna turn that over. There we go. Okay. And then also let's see. I'm trying to think of it. The Lion and the Wardrobe.
Oh, just left out the witch.
Yeah.
Because who's got money for witches? They have nice clothes.
Or cast members.
There's
It's
some-
fluctuated in times past, but fortunately, because we had a play that was the right number with the right number of people.
Just worked out.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds great. So Dennis, right?
Yes.
Dennis, what's been your favorite production you've been a part of?
Actually, this is also my first one.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I started out helping out with sets and also props, making sure that they have everything. I'm really really good at making sure that the props are all there, and just they were like, "Hey, you look like you might enjoy this," and I had to, of course, ask my mom first just to make sure. And she said yes, so I get to be in my first production. And it's been really really fun.
Excellent. But your mom's not a part of the Drama Society, right?
No, she has
Okay.
bingo.
Okay, gotcha. That makes sense. So what's it like being a part of the society?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Either one of you. Either one.
It's a lot of it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to kind of stretch those acting muscles and do things. I do look forward to actually getting in front of an audience, though. I think that will be just quite a bit of. Sorry, it will add to the enjoyment of actually getting out there, being in front of the people, and getting to do the things for the people and the applause and things. It will help, and there'll be less yelling from Chris and Robert about things.
I know, you haven't mentioned Robert. Who's Robert?
He's a very good actor. He's a
Okay.
very good actor. He tells us constantly he's a very good actor, and
Self-proclaimed very good actor.
well, I look up to him. I try to model a lot of what I do after him, which he appreciates.
Sure.
Appreciates, I think, or expects. I'm not sure. I'm trying to work that out.
Excellent. Okay, so without giving anything away, because we don't want spoilers, can you give us a brief summary of the story of the murder of Haversham Manor?
Well, there's a murder.
Excellent.
Yep. And basically, all of us characters, we are there, not the one murdered. And we have to figure out throughout the night who did it.
Okay, and does it have a conclusion, like you get to figure out?
The play does end at some point. Yes,
Yes.
it doesn't just kind of
Perfect.
keep going. So it does conclude at a certain point.
This is going to be so much fun. I'm excited. Okay, so, tell us about your characters. I haven't asked you about that yet. So who do you play?
I play 2 characters,
Oh,
actually.
wow.
Yes, in the first act, I play Cecil Haversham, who is the brother of Charlie Haversham, the murder victim. And so I have a sword fight,
Oh.
and what was that too much? I said that about the sword fight.
I don't think that's
There
a
may
spoiler.
be a sword
You're
fight.
fine.
There may be a sword fight.
There could be.
There could
That
be.
was not giving anything away.
Oh,
You're fine.
okay,
You're
okay,
fine.
good. And so it's very exciting, and so I play the brother, who's also have. I probably shouldn't.
Too
say
much.
that.
Too much information.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Anyway, who's also doing other things.
Oh, very good.
And in the second half, I am playing Arthur the gardener.
Oh, so that's a nice difference.
Yeah.
The sword fighter and then the gardener.
Right. Yeah. One is sort of a rich young man about town, and the other is a gardener.
Lovely.
Could you speak to some ways that you would distinguish those characters since you're playing?
Yeah, do they
Them
have
in
like
the
different
same-
voices for them or accents? Or
I mean,
do you stoop?
well, so one. Well, at several points, like when you are going through a door, you move differently than if you are out, and when you're being active, you jump on things and such. And Cecil has a habit of like jumping on things a little bit more than Arthur. Maybe, I don't know. Arthur jumps somewhat, but yeah, one is a rich young man about town, and the other is a gardener. So I think there's some distinct differences in that.
Perfect. Okay. Yeah. So Dennis, tell me about your character.
So-
or are you more than one?
I'm just one
Okay.
as far as I know. But I play Perkins, so he is the butler, and this is where my prop expertise comes in because I get people drinks throughout the entire time, so I have to be very good about making sure
Do you
that
have a
they each are.
tray?
Yes,
Perfect.
I have a tray, and it has glasses on it and everything,
Mm-hmm.
and so I will walk around passing out the drinks to make sure everybody is refreshed. And throughout that, I also come in and out of scene quite a few times, and
Sure.
it's been a lot of fun to work with props and
Sure.
and such.
And you get to wear all black?
As far as I know, yeah.
Okay. Lovely.
We're still working in costumes. and
Oh,
such
okay.
things.
Okay. So
They
it could
haven't
be
seen
all
everything yet.
red or.
Yeah. he has a black kind of
Okay,
gray
it'll be
theme.
black.
Yeah. Max also has some interesting props and things. He also enjoys labeling all of his props.
You have like a trowel.
backstage.
And sword.
No trial. There is a sword. Yes. As we've established, it's not a spoiler. But I like to label it. It lets everyone know which ones are mine.
He labels them mine.
It also lets
like not
me-
Max,
no,
just
it-
mine.
You no, it's labeled Max. It just starts with M like mine. Dennis.
Gotcha.
We've
Sorry.
gone over this
Sorry.
before.
I'm sorry.
He didn't mean to cause a rift. I'm sorry.
He also he works with the dog that we have on set.
There's a dog on
There
set?
is a dog.
And
He's
he's
a
That's
lovely.
not a spoiler.
He's a lovely
He-
dog.
It's not a spoiler.
And the
No.
dog isn't
he-
the one who's killed.
No,
Good,
no,
good,
thank
good.
goodness.
That
You're
would
right.
be
but
awful.
no, he also
We-
tried to label the dog the other day, which was
Is it yours as well?
Well, it's
It's
a
not.
prop that I use.
It's-
I mean,
So-
nobody else handles the dog except for me, and
So,
so
yeah.
I just wanted to. It's not about claiming something. It's about reminding which props are to be used by me and which props are to be used by others. I honestly don't know why other people don't label their props. It does get sometimes confusing when looking at a prop and saying, is this mine, and has the label fallen off or not, which is why I try to stick them down firmly, which is the primary issue I
the
ran into
dog.
with the dog, was
Yeah.
it would not stick down
Well,
very
and they
firmly.
lick. And
Well, I briefly considered the tongue, but that wouldn't be very obvious. And so,
sure.
most of the rest of the dog is fur, which
I would hope most of the rest.
does stick, but it doesn't stick well or is particularly visible, and is very difficult to get a good hold on when the dog won't stand still, much like a sword will stand still.
we've actually taken Max's label maker away.
Oh,
for
you
now.
had the label
And
maker.
I have it.
Well,
That's pretty high
they
tech.
didn't provide me with one, so I did have to do mine, which I am a little bit unsure of
He'll get it back at the end of the show.
Very good.
Right, which is what they promised me when I raised the idea about them taking away my own label maker. But I do want what's best for the Drama Society, and Chris assures me that is what was best. He didn't use those words, but he assured me that it was best for the
Perfect.
society.
Perfect. So, Dennis, your
Yes.
character Perkins has a lot of lines. How do you handle that? Do you have a specific approach?
It is. I will say it has been very difficult for me to memorize lines. I've struggled at times, but I've relied heavily on my counterparts to help assist me. And there'll be times where they'll just be like, "You said that wrong," and I'll be like, "Oh, okay." So it's a lot of practice late night, just over and over again while I'm in the tub, just trying to.
With your mom giving you the lines?
Well, she wasn't in the tub.
No,
but
no.
yes,
That would be a
she
little
would.
strange.
Yes, she would help me.
Perfect.
And I will say it has been difficult, but I'm getting through it, and they've been very good about telling me when I need to work on certain things. In fact, Chris, a lot of times if I do something wrong, he'll be like, "No, you're wrong," and so that really helps, because otherwise I wouldn't know.
Yeah, no, it sounds like a family atmosphere, like encouraging.
They do often encourage. We are also trying to get them out of the habit of, breaking character and correcting in the middle of the rehearsal and things. And Dennis has had, little helps on stage with him to help him
I
try
say if he
and
has a
remember
tray,
certain words.
put
Yeah,
some
we're
words on
trying
there.
for that for now, maybe writing them down in certain places on stage, but we're hoping that we can kind of like rid that before before the actual performances. But it's a lot.
Well, you've got
it's
a little
lot
bit
to
of time
remember up
still.
there.
Yeah, right, right.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
All right, so do you all get nervous before? Are you nervous for your first performance?
I'm nervous now, but yeah, I'm hoping that'll go away. When we start getting closer to it, the practices, I'll notice my stomach is rumbling a lot more. But just having all the people there, the friends that I've made, I think that'll help out. And as long as I don't stare at the audience, I think it'll be okay.
Okay, so
I
that's
don't
one
look
of
at
your
them.
techniques.
Yes,
Don't look at the
don't look at
audience.
no.
Okay.
As for me, I think that to your question, am I nervous before the show? Actually, I'm very excited. I finally have people out in the audience. I get more nervous around the other actors.
Robert.
Robert, because he's a very good actor. Chris,
Sure.
because he, I wouldn't say he doesn't like me, but he sometimes acts as though he does not like me. And I think that might be part of the camaraderie of the theater, but it does make me a little bit nervous, whereas when I'm with the audience, it does feel like I'm all there with friends
Good.
who wish me well and want to see me have fun, which is what I would like to do as well.
Robert does like to give advice and offer
Because is he kind of
coaching
the
and
expert
kind of the
on
lead
stage?
actor?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we just sometimes have to tame that down a little bit. So
Gotcha. That makes sense. All right, so why should people come see this show?
Oh, well, I certainly hope they will. I'm so very looking forward to people coming in and seeing the show. I don't know why you wouldn't want to. It's a murder
it's going to be
mystery.
fun,
It's going to be
right?
so much fun. Yes,
It's funny. Is it a funny show?
I'm-
Or is it more serious?
It's serious. It's more
Okay.
serious. I mean, it's
dog
it is
might
a
be the
murder.
funny part.
There is a murder that we're solving, and so I mean, yeah, it's you wouldn't want to laugh too much, but I don't know. Sometimes we can kind of loosen up and have a little bit of fun. I like to have a loosen up and have a little bit of fun. Robert and Chris tell me that I shouldn't, but I just think that if I'm having fun, then other people will be having fun.
Yeah.
So
Perfect. Well, I'm excited. I think this is going to be great.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for taking the time. And
Yeah.
it's good to see their insight to their characters and the play. And I like to know how they've enjoyed the process. And so
Yeah.
hopefully, we would love our audience, our public, our audience members to come out and see these two guys on stage. And
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
they've been working on.
Well, I want to thank you guys for coming. I have an out, and you'd think I'd have it memorized, but I actually left my paper over there.
Well, we can just keep talking while you run and grab that.
Can I borrow your phone so I can call my mom for a ride?
Buddy, we're almost done.
Okay.
And so, Dennis, if you can hold on just for a second.
Okay.
And I've turned it off because,
Yeah.
that was
Oh,
embarrassing.
thank you
I
for
know.
covering
No, it's
for
okay.
me. That was great.
Yeah.
All right.
We've enjoyed it. How are you today?
Oh,
we didn't even ask
no, I'm
that.
good. I'm
Well,
good. Yeah.
You do a great job.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Maybe I'll join the society.
You
That
should.
sounds, although memorizing lines is something that I get very nervous about doing.
Well,
as you can see
Dennis
with my
could
paper.
give you some insight to that
tips.
because he works hard at that as well.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. So when I come see you do great, I'll think about joining. So thank you so much for listening to this Scarlet, Blue, and You podcast. Remember, keep a song in your heart, preferably the HLGU alma mater, and Hannibal LaGrange in your mind.
Okay, Dennis, come here. Okay, all right. So we just want to. We're going to do a little bit of an ending because it. I mean, that was fine, but we want to kind of do a little thing for the play for the murder at Havisham Manor. Right?
Are you sure we should?
Well, I mean, I think so. I mean, we're the actors, right? Isn't that fun? Yeah. Come and see the murder at Havisham Manor.
Guys,
But it's cool. No, but it's fine.
We already did the
It's fine.
We're done.
Well, then you can do another one then.
done.
You can do another one then.
No.
Come see the murder at Havisham Manor. It's going to be fun.
Thank
Dennis,
you.
tell the people.
Okay.
Definitely come.
All right,
Bye.
Max, give me the camera. Thank you.